So I've come here to Pondwood. I'm trying to get a catfish on a float with bait at distance. Seen a few swirls, but they could in fact be carp. I've got my rods here and I'm casting way out the middle there, where there's sort of fish moving around here making wakes and little V's across the surface. But because it's coming in really hot, I've got a feeling they probably are carp, or yes, on the surface, but you never know. The thing is, do you move the float or do you leave the float in one place? So I've got a feeling I'm going to try and move the float, just keep it bumping and moving. One is one of Woody's big River Y floats that takes 4 swan shot. I've got 3 on it, so I can see it sticking up there on the right, and the left is a self-righting floater fishing one for carp, but I figure it can do the job. I want something that I can see but also doesn't give me any or too much resistance. I've actually seen a couple of swirls really close in down here. I don't think they were carp. They were a swirl that a fish has been on the bottom and sort of disturbed the surface, as it were, rather than come up to the surface and gone down. So I've just got 2 floats right down in there close. In fact, I can bring them even closer, this right hand one, because the swirl was right in there. And that's the second time I've seen it in the same place. So you never know. They do come in very close, no question. And I'll give it a good half hour. If I don't get a take, I'll go back to just straight free lining with a swan shot on the bottom and cast as far out there as I can get, because I have seen some movement out there that I'm not sure are in fact carp. They probably are, but you never know. So I'm just looking for the one fish. Well, I've had 2 takes on the float, both going along. First one I didn't even see go, but it's very, very slow. And the second one, I showed you on the film. Struck, didn't feel a thing. The other fish I just missed earlier on, it was got my bait back, so I don't know whether they're carp, just towing it along with a small catfish, I really don't know. So Mick, the owner, came round, and Mick was telling me that they don't normally have a problem with deoxygenation here, because they've got a paddle machine way over there. And I don't think I've ever seen it go in here. And he said that's because they have no ground bait. This is the time I'm filming, obviously rules and regulations check, always phone fisheries up. And Mick said there's no ground bait going in. He said the trouble is fine ground bait goes down, say in a powder form, and then that will break up quite quickly. As Mick was saying, if you use it in a ball, it goes down, it degrades, if you like, slower, so therefore it doesn't take the oxygen out of the water. It's more the loose feed the bait up quickly that will take the oxygen out of the water. Therefore, he doesn't have to have the paddle machine going. Therefore, he saves himself some electric, and we all know what electric costs now, don't we? The answer to that is no. It's going up every time you open the envelope that pops through your letterbox. So I'm giving it probably another couple of hours, that's all. It's either one of those days where I catch one or I don't catch one. There's fish moving out there. I'm pretty sure they're carp, but I did see 1 or 2 more like a tail that swirls rather than a fish on the top. So I'm actually going to go back to free line in my original method, but I just wanted to try the float. So I have had a couple of takes and I've missed both of them. So you guys know I'm probably superstitious like a lot of fishermen, and I've just realised the reason I haven't hooked up a fish is I've got the net the wrong side of the rods. It looks at the right angle, but I think I've got to move it. It's got to go. I normally dip it twice, to be honest. I normally dip my nets twice. Just get them to below the V. Shake them out, flip them back like that, and put them down ready. And I like my nets. Now that's a bad luck way of going. I like it slightly to the right, just like this. See, just resting like that. Now let's see if that makes any difference, and see if I can salvage something. Well, my float's going crazy out there, people, but just not holding it under and it's not running with it. It's bizarre. Oh, got one. Okay, small catfish, I'm guessing. Let's get this other one out of the way. Over here, we might come out of this with a fish after all said and done. It's only a small one. Listen, I'll take anything. I'm not even sure you net this one. There we go. He's in, he's out. Here he comes. Bit of a panic. I was just winding in to change to a ledger, and this one I just came up solid. I don't know whether the catfish has taken it on the way in or what. There's a huge swirl and a bang. I wonder is he taking it when I moved it. It definitely feels bigger than the other one. A bit too heavy duty drag on that, Graham. I don't want him getting the other line. I'm going to put this one up in the air, and then when you hear the tree fall over, you know you've got a bite. Now this is the problem you get with catfish. They go right underneath into the snags like this. There he goes. More planes coming because we're near the airfield, unfortunately. You have to put up with it. There's the float. This has got to be a bigger fish. Whoa. People wonder why you go fishing for catfish. This is why. He's going to go under the snag under there. There he goes. He's probably getting to get into it. I'm just going to turn him. I'm actually not sure this isn't foul hook, guys, because it's just unbelievable power for the size of fish which I've seen, which is not big. And that's why, as I was winding in, he's grabbed at the bait and swirled and missed it. I'm guessing, I don't know. Yeah, oh no. even I say even better, even worse. It's not a catfish, so forget the bit about why I go catfish. It's not a catfish, it's a carp foul hooked in the back as I was winding in. He must have been right by the float. I wonder if he was actually chewing on it. Not the float, the bait, I mean. Oh, I missed him that time. I think if he curls in there, I think I've got him. Well, well, well. Strange things happen at sea, people. Yeah, lovely looking carp. I thought it was bizarre when I was winding in, but listen, guys, I've gone from nothing to moving the net, folding it right, dipping it once, eating the banana. And I was halfway through the banana when I actually did get a take. So those of you who are superstitious, get rid of bananas and make sure you put the net, the landing net, on the left hand side of your swim. Whew, let's turn that trip around. Well, I'm noticing I'm getting more takes on that right hand side. But you can see up here trees, so overhead cast pretty much out the window. I have to go slightly to the side, but I can reach it if I go to this swim. just there. I cast about where it's clear the other edge of the trees, but then I've got to pass my rod around the tree to get it back here. So it's a bit of a pain, but I figure it's worth doing. A little bit far right there, I've got to go around the tree like this. I just fold the rod around, leaving the bail out so I don't pull it out of position. Trying to straighten it if I can there. Because this one's free line on the bottom, I want to sink the line. Otherwise all the rubbish is going to collect on the line and pull up the bobbin all the time. On goes the washing out bottle top. Now, just drop back then. So I'll wind it up on the spool now. And I've got the bobbin on the float rod, as bizarre as it sounds, because at that distance it's very, very glary. And I can see it out there, but it's a long way out. Wow, that's turned right around. Of course, the sun is going off the water. I'd like to stay till dusk, but it's summer, so dusk is like 5 past 10, 10 past 10, quarter past 10 at night. That's not a good relationship to have with the wife, is it? When I say I'll be back for 6 at tea, and it's now 6, and I've got an hour's drive. Just one more will be sweet, as they say. Best thing I did was get rid of those bananas. To be honest, I thought I'd have to change to, let's pull that down a bit for you. I thought I would have to change to, freelining. And then the float went off, and I just heard the bobbin and the buzzer go off. So I had to put the bright alarm on, because I was trying to film a kite. As I'm looking, as I looked down, the rod's nearly out the rest, so I thought, no, I need to get something else going here. Again, this feels like a good one. Fairly sure it's not a carp hooked in the back. It couldn't happen twice, could it? Yeah, it's got that sort of sawing action that they get. You know, pulling, you sort of get to know the fish. I mean, having said that, I thought the last one was a catfish. It was a carp hooked in the back. Because I've had so many catfish on this other hook, which was a British Columbia salmon hook I've mentioned before. It was definitely blunt, and I don't want to sharpen it. I don't think I can sharpen it, it's the truth. How come every time I get a good fish hooked up, the jets come over? I'm not actually 2 feet tall, I am kneeling down. That's because I can't be bothered to alter the tripod angle. Come on, fish. I'm so pleased I moved the angle of this net. I've got something in the net, let's take a look at it. So there we go, guys. I am kneeling down with it, as per whatever everybody does. Decent catfish. I feel it's going to kick off and give me a slap in the face. So really good trip turned out, but tough going to start with. Am I going home yet? I'm supposed to, but the answer to that is no. It is actually now Quite a perfect setting. Well, forgive that one, I think it's a Spitfire or something. Got a deep engine to it. It's not a bad fish either, this one, you know. This is a danger area when they're getting close. Rod's £1.75 test curve, if anybody wants to know. And a fair old hoop in it. Worst one that's hooked in the belly. How would you like that? That's a carp hooked in the back and a catfish hooked in the belly. Well, we'll take them all ways. He's off. Keep him in the water. Have a quick look at him. There we go. Super long fish. Very, very long one. Let's get him back. Great scrapper. What's that? 3 cats and a carp? I'm on again, guys. Here comes the catfish jet again. Every time, every time. Unbelievable. There we go. Mouth big enough to eat one of my wife's cupcakes and swallow it. Wow, what a trip. Brilliant. Well, people, that really is going from the proverbial 0 to hero. Even I'm kind of surprised. Is it the banana? You know, I'm superstitious. A lot of it is the landing net not being on the left hand side and at the right angle of being dipped once. A lot of it is that. Some people would say that's mental juju, Graham. No, I've done it for 60 years. I knew something was not right. Of course, in all seriousness, it's just the saying that the Americans have, the top guides, be there when they bite. Don't burn your brains out all day fishing for a bonefish. If they're not feeding, be there when they bite, which is might be 2 hours on a tide, flooding tide or even a falling tide. That type of situation. So anyway, thanks for watching the Totally Awesome Fishing Show. So pleased I've got something to show you. I've got to do it quickly. Here comes the plane again. Hit the subscribe button, both channels, TA Fishing, TA Outdoors. I will see you next time, hopefully. One of these puppies goes off before the wife sends the men in white coats out to collect me for tea. See you next time. It's another good sized catfish, look. Come on. Wow, look at that. I tell you, that's probably going to go doubles, guys. In the sunlight, those eyes. Tiny little eye, tentacles. Fantastic trip. But you go, always heavy. Gone. I really got to pack up now. Wow. That was a bonus. I've lost count. You see, I packed everything away, including the net. There's just one winding one rod in, the other one went off. As they say, it ain't over till it's over.